Okay, so we had talked about the different types of the presses there, in which I had talked you double action press, and we had also talked about the classification of the presses depending on the number of slides, the whether how the action are performed, whether it's mechanical or electrical or pneumatic or hydraulic. Likewise, we had seen, and we had seen the double action press, single action press. And we had also talked that there are some, we had talked about this is what, there is a single crankshaft and there are 4 pistons which had been mounted with the connecting rod there. And accordingly, we can get the 4 different types of movement on the press there, right? So if you want to do press operation, let us say we have also blank holder has to be done, as well as we have to also make sure that the drawing will also done, right? So blank holding will be actuated by this particular crank or cam. In this case, it is cam. There can be a crank also there, right? So if we have that crank can be actuated along with that. Or we have the ram, which is doing the drawing operation. So likewise, multiple actions can be performed in a sequence so that we will get the required type of operation in a portal in a particular sequence only, right? So accordingly, double action, triple actions are all the different types of presses are there. Okay, and there are various terms which had been involved there. So we will talk about the various terms we had already been introduced for that. So let us talk about press numericals. When what we call that, what we mean by press there. So we already told you. There are some important terms which had been involved there. So when we talked about what is the shut height, as well as what is a daylight, or what we mean by stroke of press. So various these terms are important there when we talked about the when we deal about the various numericals which had been involved there, correct? So even some other terms can be also there. So let us say we had seen that there is a crank which is moving, correct? And along with that crank, we had a connecting rod which had been attached there. So this will be the center on which the crank is moving up there. And we will get the ram which had been attached there, correct? So if I say this is what the ram which had been attached, and that movement will be passed on, correct? So if I say now this ram, this particular crank is moving in this direction, and we will get the different position of these rams. Now we also have a press bed. This will be a press bed. So this is the press bed. And we have this particular ram which will be moving up and down as per the movement of the crank. And what we have is the die set, correct? So when I say I have such die set there, which will be mounted in between this particular portion, correct? So if we have such die set there, and that die set has to be mounted in between these two regions there, correct? So if I say this is my die set, which will be mounted somewhere here, and that die set will be, of course, this particular part, what we call that punch holder or upper die set there, that will be mounted on a ram, and we are getting some stroke there, correct? So we have the movement of this ram which will be moving up and down, and depending on the various type of operation, we are getting some sort of stroke there. So if I talked about those things, so we may get the different positions there. Now we can see that this particular ram if I talked about this particular RAM, it can have this position, right? So we can say, or it can also have this position. So if I talked about, let us say this position will be what we call that BDC, bottom dead center, because the crank will be at its lowest position. This is the bottom dead center position, and similarly, this is what TDC, top dead center position, or depending on that position of this crank, we can have different lecture. So we can have the different motions, and we can have the different position of the RAM, correct? So we may have RAM which will be at this position, maybe at this position for the what we call that TDC position, correct? So when the crank is in TDC position, we can get this particular position of the RAM. And if this crank is in this position, in the BDC position, we can get the position of RAM like this. Correct. So we can have three different positions. So this will be the position of the TDC, where it will be at the top. This will be position at the BDC, where we can have the RAM at the this particular position. Because in that case, the entire connecting rod as well as the crank link, everything will be the straight. So we can get a different position. Now this distance between the press bed, correct? So whatever the distance which is there in between the press bed and the RAM, this particular distance will vary. And that distance will dictate that how we are going to put the die set and how we will get the stroke there, correct? So because that distance is going to define the stroke, and this is what the maximum position TDC, and this is the minimum position. So in between we can get the stroke. So in short, the stroke is nothing but the this particular distance. So this particular distance is nothing but the stroke. So stroke of a press will be like this. So this is the stroke of the press, and that stroke can vary, and that stroke will be defined, or it will be dependent on the type of operation, right? So whether we have a cutting operation, bending operation, we have to make that stroke adjustment because that press adjustment is needed there, and every time the stroke will vary. So we can get the different stroke, and we require different types of stroke there. Now, what do you mean by shut height? Shut height is the distance when the RAM is at BDC position, correct? So when we can think about the distance between the press and the RAM, when the RAM is in BDC position, when the RAM is in BDC position, this particular distance is called shut height. Okay, so let us make it more realistic. So the press bed will be not at this position, it will be slightly below. So we can have like this. And then now if I talked about the position of the space between the press bed and this what we call that RAM. So that when the RAM is at a BDC position, the space what we get, it is called shut height now. Correct. So that is SH. So shut height is this distance when I say it is at the BDC position, SH. Same thing, same distance when the particular RAM is at TDC position, we will also get a similar distance there. So we will get this particular distance. Now that I will call it as daylight only. So daylight and shut height are the space between the RAM and the press bed, but only the differences is there that at what position it is there, correct? So we can have daylight and shut height. It is the space between the RAM, but only in the BDC position we will call it as as shut height, and if it is in the TDC position, top dead center, then we will call that particular distance as daylight. So DL is this position, and SH is that position in the, so shut height will be obviously always less than the dead height, what we call that, daylight. Now what should be the shut height? There is another term related with the shut height of the die set. Now this is the die set. This is the die set. Now when you talked about the die set, this particular thing is the die set. This is the die set. This particular thing is the die set. Now die set will be obviously the distance between the top surface of this what we call that upper die and the lower die, that distance must correspond to the shut height. Correct? That must be, should not be because then only we can get that particular stroke there. Now again, this particular punch holder will be also moving up and down. We know that because there is also guide post. So this is also going to move there up and down. Right? So that must be equal to shut height, somewhere between that. So we can get the corresponding shut height, which will be called as this particular thing. Okay. Right. So we will get this particular distance at the shut height there. Now one more thing. Now how to get this particular stroke, that we require the different types of stroke there, right? So there are some adjustment which had been made in the press. What the other types of adjustment are there? Now, if in general, if I talked about what should be the distance, so this particular radius R, this radius of the crank, that we can vary, correct? So we can make that R1 up to R2, right? So the radius of the crank could be adjusted. That it can have R1 is the minimum radius, R2 is the maximum radius. So we have the option that, or we have that flexibility that if I have this particular as a crank and this crank is moving, and we have make, if you want to the adjustment, that we can have two slots on the, and have the connecting rod which will be fitted on this particular what we call that this connecting rod could be on this particular slot, or it could be on this slot. So accordingly we can get the different types of length. So we can vary that R1 and R2, and we will get, if I keep it at R1, obviously the stroke will be less, because this we can have the radius of the crank which can vary. So if I say this is my radius, so this particular another crank of the larger size could be a radius of R2 there. So this particular distance is R2, and the smaller one will be R1. The smaller one will be R1. So we can get a different types of stroke. Correct. So that is the one adjustment, as well as this connecting link, what we call it, connecting link, we can also adjust it. Connecting link or connecting rod, whatever the name which had been given there. So this connecting link can be also adjusted to get the different stroke there. And that particular term is used as press adjustment. So we are using the word press adjustment. PA. PA stands for press adjustment. Now that press adjustment is nothing but we can have some telescopic pipe will be there, which will make this distance to vary there. Okay, so this particular thing length can vary. So if I make we can have this as a connecting link, and this another will be another connecting link, correct? So this we can vary this distance, but there is some limited scope. So we can vary the length of that. So that press adjustment could be done here. So we can vary the length. So this particular connecting link, we can vary that length, and that length by what amount we can vary, that thing is called press adjustment. This is called press adjustment. So by what amount we can do that press adjustment, we can get various of the RAM, correct? So maybe if we have RAM position, let us say crank length as R, crank radius is R1, and let us say it is at the BDC position. Right, so BDC position. So obviously, this is that particular position of the RAM. So this position is that particular position of the RAM where it will be at R1 radius and BDC position. Sorry, this is what that particular thing. So this is that particular thing. Now, if it is at the TDC position, this is that position. If it is at TDC position, this is the position of the RAM. Now, if we have R2 position where the crank length is kept as R2 and it is at BDC, obviously this particular position of RAM will be more. Correct. So RAM may move downwards. This might be the position for the RAM, where we can have for R2 as the crank length and at the BDC position. This will be R2 at BDC position, where the crank will be at the lower position, because we will get the more stroke, correct? So in general, stroke of the press can be easily computed as stroke will be equal to twice of 2 times radius. So whether it is R1 or R2. So press stroke is given as 2 times radius. We will get that particular stroke, right? So whatever the stroke we get, that stroke will be obviously this particular stroke. This is the stroke. Whatever the radius, twice of that radius will be stroke. Now, if it is the R2 radius, then this will be the stroke. And corresponding stroke is nothing but the distance between that TDC and VDC position. So the stroke will be either twice of R1, R2, or it will be 2 times R2. So depending on what type of stroke you had adjusted, or what is the length of that crank radius you had adjusted. So we can get a different position of TDC, RAM, the position of whether it has R1 or crank radius has R2, as well as press adjustment, whether press adjustment is kept at 0. Now press adjustment has certain range, right? So you can vary it from 0 to, let us say, 20 mm. So it means that we can change the distance of this particular connecting link, right? I am talking about this thing. This connecting link is nothing but this part. This connecting link, we can vary that distance. So we can vary that particular this distance. So it can vary by 0 to 20. Means if we have certain arrangement there on the connecting link itself, that we can vary that particular distance. We can have that telescopic arrangement where the length of this connecting rod or pitman, we can also have another word which is called pitman, we can vary that. So if we do that adjustment, we can do that. Beside that, there is also arrangement. Now all these adjustments are required because once you put up this die set, because once you have to insert this particular die set where you have to put up in between this RAM and the press bed there, you must have enough scope there to make the adjustment, because depending on the requirement, you have to adjust this particular space, the height of this particular press bed and the RAM there. So we can also put up some bolster plate. So sometimes we can also put up some bolster plate over this. So if I put up that particular bolster plate, then that thickness of bolster plate can also vary the stroke or the space in between that. So shut height will be again different. So shut height and daylight, all those calculation will again vary that if I put up some bolster plate in between this thing. So this particular thing is called bolster plate. Now these are all the things which had been kept there to make some adjustment during the operation there. So this is the bolster plate which can be kept on the press bed, and then this height of the distance between the press bed and the bottom of the RAM can vary. Okay, so this is how the different ways we can make the arrangement where we can put the bolster plate, vary the crank length, vary the connecting link. All these things can be done, and so that we can get the various arrangement of the space between that. Okay, so let us move to the another part there. Now the things which had been shown here. Now you can see that what I tried to show you is this particular thing. Okay, so this is what radius R1 crank length, sorry, crank radius, minimum crank radius, and R2 is the maximum crank radius. Similarly, adjustment PA, where I can vary the length of this connecting link. Now this connecting link can be equal to 0. This is what the TDC position, and this is what the for the R2. Now this is for R2. Both the things are for R2. If you keep it R1, obviously this will be that position. For R1, this is the TDC position, and for R1, this is the BDC position. Likewise, we get the various position of the RAM, right? So if I simply try to state it with this crank there, so we can keep this radius as R1 here, or we can keep the radius of crank as R2 like this, and we get the different types of positions of the RAM. Now this is what the RAM. We can get the position of the RAM there. Okay, so I can define the 4 position now. First position, TDC with R2, TDC with R1. Similarly, third position is BDC with R1, and fourth position is BDC with R2. Correct? So this is for R1. Sorry, this is for R2. This is for R1. Similarly, this is for R1, and this is for R2. Now, for these 4 different position, we can get the 4 different position of the RAM itself, because the RAM can have 4 different position at the so there are 2 TDC position and 2 BDC position for R1 and R2. Correct. So that is what we can see it here. So now this is the press bed. This is the press bed. Now when we talk about the number one position, that particular is will of our now I am talking about the stroke, whatever the distance between the maximum position of the RAM and the minimum position of the RAM. Correct. So that will be 2 times R2 plus PA. PA is nothing but the press adjustment. So if I kept press adjustment as 0 or 20, that by that things will be the stroke will be adjusted. Now this is what minimum SH. This is the minimum SH. Can 11:30 नाही ते मीटिंग आहे 11 वाजता येऊन गेले तुमचं 11 ला का सांगून देऊ त्यांना 11:30 ला जॉईन Your ST lecture will be at 11:30 instead of 11 o'clock. Okay. ठीक है. Khetri madam will inform you about your ST lectures after this lecture. Okay, so this is the minimum SH. Correct. So minimum SH and this will be the maximum SH. Now both these are the shut heights because this is the BDC position of the RAM. So both are BDC position. This is also BDC. This is also BDC. And the above are the TDC. Now TDC, the distance between the press bed and the RAM and the TDC will daylight and the RAM. So we can get maximum on to this position, fourth position, and sorry, minimum corresponds to fourth position and maximum corresponds to third position. Likewise, again we get maximum DLH. This is the maximum this particular, and again we can get this particular daylight and the maximum daylight. So these two things can be seen. Am I audible properly to you? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you can see there are 4 different positions and we are getting maximum DLH or minimum DLH. Similarly, we are getting maximum shut height or we are getting minimum shut height for this different 4 position, right? So if I simply go on writing on number 1, we will get this as maximum daylight, right? So this is the maximum daylight. So this will be the minimum daylight. I can write it as minimum, daylight minimum. This will be shut height maximum, SH maximum, and SH minimum. Right. So maybe as a numerical part, you may have to calculate what is the shut height minimum, what is the shut height maximum, what is the daylight, depending on the R1, R2, and all the other things which have been given to you. Okay. So likewise, now we can see the stroke position for the DLH. Now DLH could be maximum when stroke position at the top dead center, and the stroke length will be maximum, and the press adjustment will be up. Now press adjustment up means we are keeping the press adjustment value as 20. If I assume press adjustment 20 here, now down means we are assuming press adjustment as 0. We are not keeping any press adjustment. Right. So daylight will be minimum when both the things are TDC, but the stroke length is minimum, or I can say the radius is kept as R1. In this case, radius is kept as R2, and the press adjustment value is kept as 20 here, and for the press adjustment the value is kept as 0 in the minimum DLH. Same thing applies for SH stroke shut height. So maximum will be obviously at the BDC position. Both are there in BDC position, but the stroke length will be minimum. Stroke length will be minimum. It means we have R1 here. The radius of the crank is R1 here, and it is R2 here in the second case. Correct. So up is again we are keeping 20 as the press value, press adjustment value, and down we are keeping it as 20 or 0 value of the press adjustment. So are there any questions related with this? So we are just trying to summarize that what is the daylight and what is the shut height, and what is the maximum daylight and what is the maximum minimum shut height and minimum daylight, minimum and maximum values of the daylight as well as the shut height there. Correct. So you must be able to calculate all these things depending on the things which had been given. Any questions related with this? Hello.
No, sir.
So the concept is understood?
Yes.
Okay, so you must be able to calculate the values of the other things. Now let us say if I simply take now I must have shared to you, I don't remember, or there are some PDF which is available about the new press numericals. Okay, so if I this I will share it to you later on. So all the things had been mentioned there. So the same thing we can see for the daylight, what you mean by daylight height, and some other things had been there. And they had given some numericals. What is the maximum DLH? That will be minimum DLH plus press adjustment plus all those things had been given. Okay. And this is what we had seen here for daylight. Same thing which happens for the shut height. Now this, all the things we had seen right now here. Now just have a look for this particular numerical now, what they mean. So I believe all of you can see the screen. Okay, so you can see the problem. A press has a maximum daylight of 500 mm, correct? And a ram adjustment of 60 mm. So these two things had been given to you. So we had talked about press height and okay, where is the slide? Okay, this is the slide, right? So we are given with the press adjustment and we are given some data there. Okay, so daylight is 500 mm and ram adjustment is 60 mm. Calculate the maximum and minimum shut height value for the press tooling if the bolster plate provided on a press bed has a thickness of 80 mm. I told you that he had, now when you put the bolster plate on the press bed, means it will decrease the space between the what we call that press bed and the bottom of the ram, right? So we have to deduct it later on. The press has a variable stroke with maximum stroke and minimum stroke as 150 and 10 mm. So what does it mean? Stroke is given as 2 times radius, and so it means that the R1 and R2